$16 tree winter hacks that'll save your plants and your wallet. GreenSpace. Inspirations. Hey, plant lovers. Welcome back to GreenSpace Inspirations, the cozy corner, where your home garden finds new life, even in the coldest season of the year. If you're someone who checks your windowsill every morning to see how your little green friends are doing, if you talk to your monstera like it's part of the family, or if your weekend joy is simply repotting a fern and watching new leaves unfold, then you're in the right place. Winter can be tough for us gardeners. The air gets dry, the light grows weak, and the soil feels like it's holding its breath. But here's the secret. With a little creativity, warmth, and the magic of a few icy tree hacks, your plants can not only survive the winter, they can actually thrive. Today, I'm sharing 16 clever, budget-friendly tricks that will save your plants and your wallet. Ideas that even seasoned gardeners might not know yet. These are tried-and-true solutions straight from experience, designed for those who love their plants but don't want to spend a fortune keeping them happy. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's make this winter the season your garden quietly flourishes indoors. And before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to GreenSpace Inspirations and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss a single tip that keeps your plants and your heart glowing all year round. Mini greenhouse magic, creating a cozy winter home for your plants. When winter wraps the world in frost, our plants begin to whisper for warmth and light. But here's a secret every experienced gardener knows. You don't need an expensive setup to give them that comfort. You can create a miniature greenhouse right at home, using nothing more than a few clear containers or plastic boxes from Dollar Tree. Picture this, your tiny seedlings or fragile herbs tucked inside a clear clamshell container, breathing in gentle humidity while sunlight softly filters through. It's like giving each plant its own cozy cabin, a warm bubble of life surrounded by the cold outside. The trapped moisture keeps leaves supple, the air remains humid, and the temperature stays steady enough to encourage new growth even on chilly days. I love using these mini greenhouses for young sprouts, orchids, and tender ferns that can't handle winter's dry air. And because they're transparent, you can check your plants at a glance. No need to disturb them. Just lift the lid slightly every few days to let in some fresh air and watch how your little ecosystem thrives. What's even better? These makeshift greenhouses cost just a few dollars and can be reused year after year. A small idea with a big impact, transforming ordinary plastic containers into warm sanctuaries for your green companions. Bubble wrap armor, the simple trick to keep the cold away as the first frost glimmers on your window. Your plants can feel it too. That sudden chill creeping into the soil, the leaves curling just a little tighter. But here's a comforting thought. The same bubble wrap that protects fragile gifts can also protect your green treasures. Think of it as wrapping your plants in a soft winter coat. Take a roll of Dollar Tree bubble wrap and gently secure it around your pots or planters. The air pockets inside each bubble trap warmth, forming a shield that keeps the cold from seeping into the roots. For outdoor pots, wrap the sides snugly and use a bit of string or tape to hold it in place. For indoor plants sitting near windows, a thin layer of bubble wrap against the glass can block drafts and keep the warmth in. It's surprisingly effective and beautifully simple. You'll notice the difference within days as the soil stays softer, less prone to freezing, and your plants look more vibrant despite the chill outside. I like to think of this hack as a love letter to resourcefulness. Something so ordinary, transformed into a lifesaver for our green family. Because when we protect their roots, we protect their spirit. And in return, they'll keep bringing a little more life into our homes, even through the coldest months. Warm roots, happy plants. The DIY heat pad you never knew you needed when temperatures drop at night and your home starts to cool. Your plants feel it first, deep in their roots. That's where life begins for them. And if the soil gets too cold, everything slows down. But there's an easy fix, one that feels a bit like tucking them in with a cozy blanket. With a few low-cost items from Dollar Tree, you can make a simple DIY heat pad that keeps your plant's roots comfortably warm. Use a small heating pad or even a soft LED light panel and place it beneath your seed, trays, or small pots. Just remember to lay a thin towel or a piece of foam between the heat source and the pot, enough to keep the warmth gentle and steady, never too hot. As the warmth rises, you'll notice the change. The soil feels alive again, moisture stays balanced, and those tiny roots begin to grow stronger. It's the kind of quiet care that plants respond to with gratitude. New leaves unfurling, colors deepening, growth returning. And the best part? You don't need a fancy grow setup or expensive equipment. With a touch of creativity and a little warmth, you can turn the coldest corner of your home into a thriving haven, because every plant deserves a bit of comfort, just like we do on long winter nights. Kitchen finds turned garden gold seed starters that cost almost nothing you don't need. Fancy seed trays or expensive gardening gear to start new life in winter. Sometimes, the best tools are already sitting quietly in your kitchen. Old muffin tins, yogurt cups, or leftover food containers. These humble items can easily become your next seed-starting heroes. All it takes is a few drainage holes poked at the bottom, a bit of good soil, and the courage to plant something new even when it's cold outside. Each tiny cell becomes a cradle for future growth, a promise that spring will come again. And the beauty of using these kitchen treasures is how personal it feels. Like your everyday life blending seamlessly with your love for plants. I still remember starting herbs in an old cupcake tray years ago. The basil sprouted first, filling my small apartment with that fresh, hopeful scent. There was something magical about it, watching new life unfold in something once meant for baking. That's the power of resourcefulness. When you give new purpose to simple things, you're not just saving money, you're creating stories. So next time you rinse out a container or finish a batch of muffins, look at them differently. In a gardener's hands, even the most ordinary object can become a vessel for growth, patience, and possibility. The humidity haven, bringing back the breath of the tropics. If you've ever noticed your plant's leaves turning crisp or curling at the edges during winter, it's not your imagination. They're thirsty for humidity. When heaters hum and windows stay shut, the air inside our homes becomes desert dry, leaving our beloved ferns, orchids, and tropicals gasping for moisture. But there's an easy, creative way to bring back that tropical breath they crave. All you need is a clear storage box or even a large plastic container from Dollar Tree. Place your humidity-loving plants inside, leaving a small gap for airflow. In moments, you've created a gentle microclimate, warm, moist, and calm. Just like a rainforest morning, you'll see the leaves regain their shine, the soil holding moisture longer, and your plants slowly relaxing into comfort again. I like to group similar plants together under one large box, turning it into a shared spa for greenery. Sometimes, I even place a small bowl of warm water or a damp sponge inside to boost the effect. It's such a simple act, but the results feel miraculous. When the air around your plants feels alive again, they start whispering gratitude through every leaf. And in that quiet, you'll realize caring for plants in winter isn't just about keeping them alive. It's about recreating the softness of nature right inside your home. Color-coded plant tags, a touch of order and joy in your winter garden when your indoor garden starts expanding. A little pot here, a tray of seedlings there. It's easy to lose track of who's who. Was this basil or oregano? Did I water that one yesterday, or was it the fern next to it? That's where a bit of creativity meets organization, and suddenly your winter plant care becomes a little brighter and a lot easier. Grab a pack of popsicle sticks, plastic knives, or even bottle caps from Dollar Tree. With a few strokes of a permanent marker, you've got instant plant labels. But why stop there? Add a splash of color. Blue for weekly watering, green for high sun plants, yellow for low light lovers. You can even doodle tiny icons or write encouraging words like grow strong or keep blooming. It's practical, yes, but it's also deeply personal. These small tags do more than help you stay organized. They make your garden feel alive, with personality. When winter days get gray, those little pops of color lift the mood, reminding you that growth still happens, quietly and beautifully. So the next time you tend to your plants, take a moment to admire those cheerful little signs. Each one is a whisper of care, proof that even in the coldest months, your garden still tells stories of patience, color, and heart. Frozen bottle warmth turning ice into a secret plant protector. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Using ice to keep your plants warm. But trust me, this simple little trick works wonders when winter nights dip below freezing. All you need are a few empty plastic bottles, the kind you'd normally toss into the recycling bin, filled with water and left to freeze overnight. When the temperature begins to drop, place those frozen bottles around the base of your outdoor plants or inside larger pots. As the ice slowly melts, it releases gentle warmth that keeps the soil from freezing too fast. It's like nature's own heating system, working quietly through the night. For small patios or balcony gardens, this method is a lifesaver. I like to think of it as a balance between cold and warmth, the way nature always finds harmony. These bottles not only protect your plant roots, but also help regulate temperature swings, reducing stress on delicate greenery. You can even wrap them in a bit of cloth or decorate them with ribbons to blend into your garden space. It's a simple, sustainable hack, using what you already have to create comfort and protection. And when you check your plants the next morning and see them standing strong, you'll smile knowing that sometimes the smallest, smartest ideas are the ones that truly save the day. Homemade nutrient boosters, feeding your plants, the smart, simple way when winter slows everything down, plants start to lose their sparkle. Their colors fade, growth pauses, and the energy that once pulsed through their leaves seems to dim. But here's something every gardener learns with time. Even when light is scarce, the right nutrients can bring that spark back. And you don't need expensive fertilizers to do it. Head to Dollar Tree and you'll find all the essentials for a homemade plant tonic. A pinch of Epsom salt dissolved in warm water adds magnesium for lush, green leaves. A few drops of household ammonia, when diluted properly, encourage healthy root growth. Even a bit of baking soda can help balance soil acidity for plants that prefer gentle care. Mix small batches. Test them on one plant first and watch how they respond. You'll notice the difference. Stronger stems, brighter color, a new leaf here and there, even when the world outside feels frozen. What I love most about this hack isn't just the savings. It's the connection it creates. When you mix your own fertilizer, you're not just feeding your plants. You're learning their rhythms, their needs, their quiet language. And somehow, in that simple act, your garden begins to feel more like family. Each plant, thriving because you took the time to understand it. Holiday glow therapy. Let there be light for your winter-weary plants when the days grow. Short and sunlight fades early. Our plants start to feel it, just like we do. You'll notice their leaves leaning desperately toward the window, their colors dulling a little, as if they're missing the sun's warm embrace. But there's a simple, beautiful way to bring that light back, and it's probably tucked away in your holiday decorations. Those soft, twinkling LED string lights from Dollar Tree can become your plant's new best friend. Wrap them gently around pots, place them under shelves, or drape them inside a small greenhouse setup. The gentle warmth they emit helps lift the surrounding temperature just enough to comfort your plants, while the soft glow encourages steady growth. It's not harsh or artificial, just a subtle nudge toward life. I like to call it light therapy for plants. The effect is almost magical. Tiny reflections dancing on leaves, a room that feels alive. Even on dark winter evenings, it's warmth, it's beauty, and it's care, all in one. And the best part? This simple trick brings joy to both you and your plants. Because sometimes what keeps them thriving through the cold isn't just light, it's the love and attention shining quietly from you. Rise above the cold, simple DIY plant stands that make a big difference. Have you ever noticed how your pots feel icy to the touch on winter mornings? That chill seeps straight into the soil, slowing your plant's roots and leaving them vulnerable. But here's a quiet secret every seasoned gardener knows. Sometimes the key to warmth is just a few inches of space. By lifting your plants off the floor, you can protect them from the cold and give them room to breathe. Dollar Tree offers endless possibilities for creating your own DIY stands. Small crates, sturdy bins, even candle holders can become elegant risers with just a bit of imagination. Elevate your pots slightly and you'll see the difference almost immediately. The air circulates better, excess water drains away, and your plants stay healthier, warmer, and happier. I love how this simple act transforms a space, too. Rows of green at different heights create layers of beauty. A living display that feels like an indoor jungle, even when frost paints the windows outside. It's proof that function and beauty can grow side by side. So don't underestimate those few inches. In the world of plants, a little lift can mean the difference between surviving and thriving, between a quiet corner and a living, breathing sanctuary. Shower curtain shields turning everyday items into frost protectors when winter storms. Roll in and frost glitters across the yard. Even the strongest outdoor plants can struggle to hold their ground. But sometimes protection doesn't come from fancy gardening gear. It comes from a simple shower curtain. Yes, that humble household item from Dollar Tree can become your plant's first line of defense against freezing winds. Cut the curtain to fit and drape it gently over your shrubs, small trees, or clusters of potted plants. Secure it with clips, twine, or a few small stakes. And just like that, you've created a cozy barrier that keeps warmth in and frost out. The translucent material still lets sunlight through while guarding your plants from icy gusts or heavy snow. It's light, waterproof, and surprisingly durable. A budget-friendly miracle in the cold season. I've used this trick for years on my patio garden, and each time I do, it feels a little magical, transforming something ordinary into something life-saving. When I peek under the curtain in the morning and see my plants still standing tall, still green and alive, I can't help but smile. It's a reminder that care doesn't have to be complicated or costly. Sometimes it's simply about being clever and giving your plants a little shelter when they need it most. The lazy gardener's friend, easy self-watering pots for stress-free care. Winter can be unpredictable. One week you're home every day, the next you're busy or away, and before you know it, your plants are quietly pleading for water. But what if they could drink exactly when they need to, without you constantly checking the soil? That's where the self-watering pot comes in. A brilliant little trick that saves both time and worry. With a few supplies from Dollar Tree, you can make your own version in minutes. Take any small container, add a second tray beneath it, and thread a strip of cotton, cloth, or an old piece of t-shirt through the bottom hole so it reaches the water below. The fabric acts like a wick, slowly pulling moisture upward as your plant needs it. No overwatering, no dry spells, just steady comfort. I remember setting up my first one during a particularly cold December. I came home after a few days away to find my herbs not only alive but thriving, their leaves fresh and full. It felt like discovering a small miracle. This little system is perfect for busy gardeners, travelers, or anyone who wants peace of mind through the winter months. Because sometimes the kindest thing we can do for our plants and ourselves is to make care simple, consistent, and full of quiet trust. Slow and steady the magic of mini water globes for effortless hydration. There's something soothing about watching water move slowly. A steady drip that keeps life going. Drop by drop. That's exactly what mini water globes do for your plants in winter. They take the guesswork out of watering, giving your green friends just the right amount of moisture while you go about your day. You can find these simple tools at Dollar Tree or even make your own with small glass, bottles or spice jars. Fill them with water, flip them upside down, and press the narrow end gently into the soil. As the earth dries, the water seeps out gradually, keeping the roots perfectly hydrated. It's such a quiet, elegant system, one that mimics nature's rhythm of rain and rest. I remember the first time I tried this with my peace lily. Instead of drooping between waterings, it stayed lush and upright for weeks. The soil felt balanced, never soggy, never dry, just right. This is the kind of gardening that feels peaceful and effortless, like the plants are taking care of themselves. And in a way they are, because sometimes all they need is a steady companion, a drop of water at a time, a arsol, reminder that growth doesn't always come from doing more, but from doing things simply and with care. Stay grounded, keeping your plants safe with anti-slip mats. Winter doesn't just bring cold, it brings chaos. A splash of water here, a slippery floor there, and before you know it, one small misstep sends your favorite plant tumbling. But there's a simple, clever fix that can save both your pots and your peace of mind. Anti-slip mats. You've probably seen them at Dollar Tree, those rolls of grippy shelf liners or foam mats. Cut them to fit beneath your pots, trays, or stands, and you've instantly created a stable base that keeps everything secure. No more sliding, no more toppled plants, no more water stains on your floor. It's such a simple solution, yet it makes a world of difference, especially for indoor gardeners who love displaying plants on smooth surfaces like tiles or wooden shelves. I started using them one winter after losing a pot to a slippery countertop accident. Since then, not a single plant has taken a fall. Even better, they add a layer of insulation, keeping pots just a little warmer and drier underneath. It's funny how something so small can bring such calm to your space. Every pot sits steady, every corner feels cared for. Because in the end, it's not just about protecting your plants, it's about creating harmony between your home, your routine, and the quiet, steady beauty of your garden. Winter chic mulch, dressing your plants in style and warmth when everything outside turns gray and lifeless. Your indoor garden doesn't have to follow suit. Winter is the perfect time to give your plants a little makeover, one that's not only beautiful but functional. That's where decorative mulch alternatives come in, the kind you can easily find at Dollar Tree. Instead of traditional bark or soil covers, try layering craft moss, pebbles, or small, decorative stones on top of your pots. These simple materials do more than just look pretty. They help retain warmth, keep the soil moist longer, and prevent it from freezing in colder rooms. I like using soft green moss for my ferns and polished white stones for succulents. It adds a touch of life and freshness when the world outside feels dull. What I love about this hack is how it transforms the mood of your space. A few stones here, a sprinkle of moss there, and suddenly your plant shelf feels like a tiny oasis, calm, warm, and full of texture. It's proof that care can be stylish, that protection can also bring joy. So as you sit by the window watching winter unfold, take a moment to admire your plants. In their new winter coats, they're not just surviving the season, they're thriving in elegance, a little reminder that beauty and resilience often grow hand in hand. Mirror the sun-reflective heat tricks to brighten dark winter days when daylight fades. Early and shadows stretch longer. Our plants begin to yearn for the sun. You might notice them tilting toward the window, chasing every last golden ray. But here's a secret most gardeners overlook. Sometimes you don't need more sunlight. You just need to reflect the one you already have. With a few Dollar Tree mirrors or aluminum trays, you can bounce light right back onto your plants, giving them a little extra energy without adding a single lamp. Place a mirror behind your sunniest windowsill, Or prop an aluminum baking sheet behind your plant shelf. Suddenly, the room feels brighter, and your plants soak up that bonus glow as if the sun itself has doubled. This trick works wonders in darker corners too. You can even pair it with your holiday LED lights to amplify warmth and create a radiant, cheerful space. I still remember the first time I tried this. The light shimmered across my leaves like a second sunrise, and my plants seemed to perk up overnight. It's simple, it's affordable, and it's almost magical. By reflecting light, you're not just helping your plants grow. You're transforming your space into a little sanctuary of brightness and warmth. Because even in the quiet heart of winter, light, like care, always finds a way to return. Growing through winter, a season of care, creativity, and connection. And just like that, we've reached the end of our $16 tree winter hacks that'll save your plants and your wallet. 16 little reminders that even in the coldest season, life still finds a way to bloom. Each tip, from bubble wrap armor to DIY heat pads, from mini greenhouses to reflective mirrors, carries one simple truth. Caring for plants is more than keeping them alive. It's about nurturing hope, patience, and creativity in the quiet months. Winter doesn't have to be a pause, it can be a transformation. Every small act, wrapping a pot, misting a leaf, adding a touch of warmth, is a whisper to your plants. You're safe, you're growing, spring will come. And in that care, we often find something beautiful growing inside us too. Calm, gratitude, and a deeper connection to nature. So, which of these hacks will you try first? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your favorite winter trick, or tell me how your plants are doing in the comments below. Your stories inspire others to keep their gardens thriving. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to GreenSpace Inspirations and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss a new tip, story, or spark of green wisdom. Stay cozy, stay creative, and keep growing. Because even in winter, your garden has a heartbeat.